following is a presentation of MRE UNO, Division 1. Another crossover game beckons. But I got two words for you. The Rock is back. William Brock the Rock is back, ladies and gentlemen. And let me tell you, he trimmed those sideburns nice for me because his fades are sharper than a barber's razor. For William Brock the Rock, the Georgia native is going to put on a show tonight with that fade cooking and burning. After the last Super League, where he just fell short after a huge win against Nam, but it wasn't enough in the point stands, he looks for revenge, coming in as a 4 seed. But as I said earlier with Night Walker, someone appears in the distance. Well, that was a 4-on-4 battle. This is an SEC showdown. Because it's Georgia versus Tennessee, and it will be the Dogs or the Vols. For Jenna coming in, not as a lot known about her, other than that methodical style. We've seen it work before. Will it work in D1? We're about to find out. Hello, everybody, and welcome to William Brock versus Jenna, the 4-13, our first 4-13 game of the day. And boy, oh boy, let's get down to business. What a day we've had. Let's go into that schedule, and let's look at the schedule. We started it bright and early, as Short said earlier this morning, wall-to-wall coverage. We continue this as we're now into hour number 8, hour number 9. Looking forward to that as well. We have a couple more games left, but it was Aria down 3-2, last strikes. Peter had the power play, but it was not enough to take advantage as Peter Onjak fell short 4-3 to Aria in a classic Game 7. And then, I would say the game of the day, despite the Aria Peter being really good, Toaster Guy Knight, it came down to a blue power play from Toast after Knight had a blue 3-5 finish. Toast took one, pulled the carpet out of the rug and said goodbye. He put the tooth and nail, got the win, a heartbreaker for Knight. But Crikey Man is on from New Zealand as he takes a huge win. And then previously on MRE UNO, we had James Ellis to Peter, and for Ellison, unfortunately, the same story as T2. A 4-1 loss, and for James, a tough one as Tapir continues his dominance in MRE UNO as he made his 100th start. Congratulations to Tapir as he joins the 100th star club in the regular season. That's 20 people now, 20 exclusive people, and we're probably going to hit 25 or more soon near theaters near you. Brock Jenna a little bit later than usual, 7:45 start. Looking forward to that one. We've got some good people coming here to commentate. Then, probably going to be at 9:15 or something. JT to wrap us up for the KT side of things. Then Brad and Zach will close us out in RavenClaw and the Hufflepuff. Remember, like I said, no games today on Gryffindor. We will get to that at another time. Let's go into that matchup preview. How do we get here? Well, for Brock, as I said, the silver medalist from Space September, he just fell short to Christian Tago after some great wins against Nick, Nam, Allen. He took care of business, a lot of big names in T5 to get there, but he only had a ghost blemish, where he lost in Super League. Ultimately was the tiebreaker and difference for Ghost to move on instead of him, despite his heroic efforts against Nam in Week 5. And for Brock, 9-5, of course, not close to 100 starts in the regular season, but he will look to take care of business tonight with the 5-17, repping the yellow 1. Jenna in the green 0, new card 3-2 in D2. Not much going for her until we got to the LCQ where she really cooked, found her way. Cooked on that, got the win, and then boom, made it to the D2 championship as a rookie. And now we'll look to show us what the medal is made of tonight against Brock the Fade Master. We'll go into the pod now, and the pod says this. Well, as I said, William Brock versus Jenna right now, and then we have Seth Cole and Nick on the bottom half, high noon showdown, Saturday afternoon. No, it's not CFP or the college football season, but gosh dang, it does feel like a matchup Seth and Nick at high noon on a Saturday. Brad and Zach, of course, top half of the region. We'll see that after dark at 11 o'clock with Sapir making his official D1 commentary debut. He was there in D2 last night. And Ed and Andy. Andy obviously was formerly Zay, makes the old name change. The Glazer is back in the building tomorrow versus the California Kid and Andy. 8-9 battle coming at you, of course, at 9. That's pretty much for the pregame. Let's join the scene. Joining me in the booth will be, we have a different kind of booth tonight. We'll have, of course, William, Brock, and Jenna. But we also have Austin, Rogers, and Yoshi. We're going to have a little bit of a split D1, D2 style. So I look forward to this. First time we're doing this. We'll start with Rogers. Rogers, I guess this is your first official match, man, because I know you did join in a little bit later with the whole Sapir Ellison, but this is your first official match covering the game. Your thoughts on William Brock, man? Look, he's been a valued member of the community. He's a legend in many rights to a lot of people. He has that failure. He's one of the hardest players to play. What do you think he's got to do here, knowing he's playing the unknown in his avenues?
He has to keep up with the same ability he's been doing all year last year. He has to keep the same mindset. Go in there and just win games. That's what he's known for, so let's keep it going.
Keep it going, says Rogers. All right, appreciate that. I'll go to Yoshi. Obviously, Yoshi, you've known Jenna. You and G obviously have seen way more content than, let's say, me or Rogers. What are some insider info you can give to the fans here? Spin it for us. Go for it.
Yeah, so I guess what I'm going to say about Jenna is, I think she tends to really be very strong when it comes to like momentum. I think usually when she gets an early lead, when she gets an early lead, not many people can really come back from that. And I think the way she plays is definitely based on her strategy and stuff. She's not afraid to switch up her strategy if it means if she thinks it's going to better her game for the specific game that she's playing, and I think she really has like a plan in mind, and if that doesn't work, she tends to have at least one more plan at the back end. But yeah, I think really just trying to work around like how she can secure a win that will surprise the opponent. Really, I think she's really going to try and get these wins when Brock least expects it. Maybe even going for that Uno, whether that be go for a run, maybe, or just try and call Uno and see if Brock breaks, like kind of like Toasty. Like I think she's definitely a versatile player who switches up the strategy based on the hand that she has, and really tries to use what she's got as best as she can. And I think that's where she's gonna try and give Brock a run for his money.
Well, we'll see what happens here because William, Brock, and Jenna, nuke players. We'll see how it goes. We're gonna go to our two players down here. Also, shout out to Cody Smart, Cody Savage, recently with his new nickname. Cody will be our rep today, or tonight now. Looking forward to that. We'll go to Jenna, who will type it out. Jenna, welcome to D1. Welcome to the atmosphere. Big crowd here tonight. You're obviously playing your first ever match on a KT stream. What's your thoughts of coming into this new environment, knowing you have to adjust to a million different play styles and a million different intangibles that's going to make you succeed tonight? Feel free to type it out or speak, whatever you want. Go for it. And then my question to Brock. Brock, you know where this is going, man. I'll start with two. You start off with Super League. You had the run. You just couldn't take care of business. You said in one of your pre-media posts in the off-season, look, I know what I can do. I know I'm the player. As long as it's me, similar to Toaster, as long as it's me winning at the end of the year, I'll be happy. How have you improved that mentality portion? I know Caesar's not here, but that mentality portion to not only get a good result on the table, but also not show too many of your hands, knowing that you do have that fade style that can be hit or miss. Talk me through it.
Well, I guess one of the things I've kind of learned is to sort of develop a never give up attitude, and just try and fight my way through every game.
Brock, you're also, because you're part of 8D1, D2 cross. Do you think the element of surprise is something you have to be aware of, especially in game 1, or do you think you can figure out Jenna's style quick to get the win?
I would say the element of surprise does play a factor in how I strategize. So usually I try to, think outside the box, try to outtake my opponent, and see where I go from there.
Thank you, William Brock. Appreciate that. Wait for Jenna's response. A reminder to the fans, we've had 3 games today, 2 games that went the full distance, the max 7, and then a Tapir Masterclass. Probably going to be a blacklisted game with him and Ellison in the future, but for Tapir, a big win there as he's now leads the overall series on Ellison, 8-2 in his career. We'll see if we see a third one maybe way down the line, but those are the 3 matches. Big schedule tomorrow. As you can tell, we don't have the full schedule right now, but we do have one announcement today. We will not have our... It was a non-stream anyway. That game has got moved, postponed. We're looking at Thursday. We'll see how it goes. I was just trying to try my best. Yep. Just going to try my best. It's my first game. I just got to keep my head straight and focus forward. All right? That's all you can really do, for sure. Without further ado, for the first time in his career, Cody Smart. You're the ref, my friend. Initiate the game, and we'll get this underway. Of course, Brock and Jenna, you guys know the rules. 4 command chains, 1 power play. TI is 2-2-2, 1-1-1. That's 2 2s, 3 1s. That's your winning lottery numbers. Best of 7. Let's get underway. 1 power play for the fans at home. And those most famous words. Brock, I've said this about 7 billion times to you, my friend. Those most famous words in Uno. How many cards for game number 1?
Let's start with the OG7.
OG Classic 7. William Brock is... I got it, Cody. You're good, man. I'll take care of that. Wild +4. How about that to start the day? Holy moly. Yeah, let's go to A. Rogers. You said this earlier in the game. It's about controlling the pace. Do you think Brock, with this aggressive mindset he has with the fade, is going to go aggressive? What do you think here?
I don't think he does. I think it'll be to go down 1-0, 0-1 to I don't know. I don't think he needs to go attack mode yet.
We'll see how it goes now. Jenna's going to do what Brock did. Wow, that's interesting, Yoshi. It's Jenna going to pull the... Oh, muted, never mind. You good?
Yeah. I'm just... when you call my name, on mute.
Oh, okay, I got you. No problem. Brock will get away with that one. Jenna's one of the more methodical, slow players. Brock, Brock, any chance he'll fade it, but he has to make sure it works. Right now, on a 7-card start, hard to really say what's cooking. It's early. Rogers?
Pretty even moving on. Let's see who wants to take the tide.
We'll see who takes the tie indeed. Jenna over the green. Into the green 6 right now. Into Vapor. Jenna really doing more of the Brock style here, which is interesting. We talked about William Brock being the man of the fades, and the man of the hour right now has to readapt his style as Jenna's playing into that. It's interesting because, I think, Yoshi, is Brock draws. I don't think Jenna even knows about what a fade look is with William Brock, let alone even understands that term probably. But she's doing that and forcing Brock into more of a trap situation.
But is that an advantage for Brock, though? Does he wait to use his fade look later in the series than early in the game?
That's true. But, that's a good point, man. We talk about delayed gratification a lot, you and me privately. And sometimes delaying the gratification, hey, you're a basketball coach, right? Sometimes delaying a trick move, right, on a screen pass with the center is not the worst thing to have later in the game for a timeout play on the sidelines with 2 minutes to go. So I definitely know where you're coming from with that.
But also the isolation play would work too.
Absolutely. It's a basketball term. Keeping it in the house. Here comes Brock. Oh, there you go. But there you go, my friend. How about that read right there? A little bit of a delayed gratification and working out. First read for the School of Reads for A. Riders. Open it up. AR44's School of Reads. We'll have to open that one up short. We go to a ditto play. But does Brock have number efficiency? Nothing.
Left the door open there a little bit.
I think, that was probably an ISO tactic because, Jenna choose to switch out of blue earlier. We're gonna
Jenna,
see if
go for it.
she has a finish here with 2 left.
Jenna out of blue. It will. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
That was a great move by Brock there.
William Brock saving it up, and now this is crazy, Austin. We talked about this. We saw Tapir really love that draw. See Brock taking what maybe he learned about 2 hours ago and applying it here. Here comes Jenna looking to fire back, though. Top decks exist. We'll see what she gets. Will she play it cool? We talked about Jenna being patient. I think she'll stay patient. Different mindset for sure, Yoshi. When it comes to feeling out the game one, understand the intangibles. You have somebody that knows how to play the fade look, but also can do other dynamic styles such as draw city and force the backhand. What's your thoughts on the backhand? Jenna's got to adapt to the backhand that William Brock's cooking in his left pocket.
Yeah. Seeing that he could go back to colors and save stuff that maybe colors are switched out of, it definitely needs to think more about what colors they're going to get rid of. Because if you get rid of a color and then and the other player can sense that you got rid of a color, that they could easily go back to it and force draws.
Hold on a second. Short. Can you tell JT's not scheduled tomorrow? I think G pinged him. He just DM'd me. I had to take that one. Can someone do that real quick? He's absolutely right. He's not on tomorrow. Yoshi, can you do that for me real quick and tell JT he don't have to come tomorrow?
Uh,
In fact, JT's not even commented. He streams. Sorry about that, guys. He doesn't know the schedule. It's okay. All right. We'll keep it rolling. It's in non-pod.
KT, who does this benefit, this draw city that's going on right now? In your eyes.
Hold on a second, man.
A lot of drawing going on. What's the next play here? Who takes control of the game?
Apologies there. I had to take care of that. That JT thought he was, I guess, G mispinged him with the ping there. But no, as far as I'm concerned, Rogers, I think with Brock with the 2-possession lead, potentially 3-possession here if he plays a card on a top deck blue, I think he's just content. Jenna's going to be content as well. So we'll see. Jenna's very patient with that ammo. I think in a draw city situation, you have no problem being content because no one's made a move, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we're going past the point where we're going past the original card start now, so we're really just they're just finding out who blinks first here.
Well, we'll see. Austin Rogers basically said it. Who blinks first? Yoshi said who blinks first. Who does it favor? I don't know, man. We saw earlier it favored Tapir here. It almost, you have to say, is a neutralizer. No one. It doesn't favor anybody. And the assessment right now you have to look at this is too, with not many cards being played on action as we continue to go back to draw city, and only one wild +4 from the bot, it limits the deck a little bit on the +4, so you're banking on more +2 control, which is an Abion special.
When will it be too early? Is it still too early to make a play? What's the job here? What's the play?
Yeah. These guys are willing to go the distance here. Like they got a lot of patience, and maybe they just are not getting any blues, or I mean, realistically, they're probably just waiting for the right time. But maybe one of them just. Sometimes I draw a lot and I just lack a single color, and it's like I legitimately can't even play. But we'll have to see.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. How
Thank
long?
you guys.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, yeah, that's a move and a half. Well,
I'm sorry, guys. Thank you for taking over. We had a miss issue with JT and stuff. That's something I have to look over. Remember, 21 cards is not a comeback anymore with the new rule. 25 is now the limit. However, I know 25-minute games still exist. If you get that, it's on the board, but it's about all I see. We haven't hit one of those yet.
Yeah, I mean, 21 still going to be, something that Jenna might not be very used to. Someone pushing her back is this much. So, yeah, we're going to have to see how she plays around this now, being more than double behind.
Now, Jenna, you talk about this, Rogers. We saw this with Ellison. He just didn't know how to fade. I think Brock knows how to fade it. I really do think Brock knows how to fade it. Yellow Deuce.
That's the question, though. Can Brock finish the job? He gave all the ammo back to Jenna. Can Jenna capitalize on that ammo, and can William Brock stop it? That's the game there.
Chess match for sure. And you look at this chess match right here. Let's go to the card history. Well, right now it's pretty open, and that's the thing. Brock is taking an open risk. I know he had that 1+4 from the bot, but he's the only one that's gotten any sort of action momentum on +2s, and especially, I believe, reverses as well. Yeah, in fact, Jenna hasn't played one single card. It's not named a number, so.
But that's the thing, though. Who's dictating the game? Just like I said, the last matchup, dictating the game is in your favor. Right now, it's Brock.
I like that call, man, because Brock's in control, and when you're in control, you know this, Riders. Do you want to put the autopilot on? And in this league, you put the autopilot on, you're losing, right? And that's the difference between this league and, let's say, maybe another league. You put the autopilot on, you let your guard down, it's over in a heartbeat. So who has this control is a new theory we'll have to keep evaluating. Now I'll go to Yoshi. Yoshi, you mentioned Jenna's not used to this. I think playing this methodical style doesn't hurt. We saw with Sapir earlier. I think at 19 cards, you can whittle down those numbers and eventually seize back control when you feel more comfortable at 10 or even 11 cards, right? You got plenty of time to whittle it down for sure. A long way to go. Your thoughts on that?
I do agree. I think, I think it's one of Jenna's best qualities is to adapt to a situation, and being this many cards behind, she's really got to think through each move she makes. And I think her playing the numbers game is her best option right now. Just trying to look for that one color or number where Brock is forced to draw. I think that's the thing she needs to look for right now.
Well, Brock gonna play cool here early on the red 6. Janice taking your time. Rogers, as we go red 7, 1 up. I think it's about what you said. It's about that control. It's about understanding who can play it. Brock, now you see this is when you start to see those zero sugars, you could run out of color too, and that makes a complete difference in the way you play. You don't have to be aggressive, especially if you sense it, for sure.
Yeah, but there's no reason to be aggressive if you have control. So I think that's what it's about. Brock has main control right now. Yes, he's in the back. He's in the lead here, but all momentum's on his side.
Let me go to make sure. All right, thank God. Short's got the scoreboard. I forgot to check that. Thank God he's got the scoreboard. Well, on the scoreboard, we are playing a long distance game. We are at 11 minutes. We're in an endurance battle here, and folks, with this endurance battle, you think this would favor really nobody, because Jenna, as we've talked about, methodical, knows how to play endurance, adapt. I mean, Brock's been in rocking 2 games his whole career. Usually it goes 6 or 7, so even 8 or 9, or shoot, I think one time he went 10. So Brock is used to this situation. He knows how to get here and go. Here comes Jenna, going to do the same move Brock did. So that changed the game, Austin. You talked about control. It's still in Brock's control because of the double +2 and 2 possessions, but now Jenna's neutralized the game. For sure.
She at least makes it manageable.
Brock going to go back to a red 7 here with a intriguing clip play. There we go. So he goes back to red looking for ISO. Yoshi, you got to think right here, man. With this isolation play that Brock's trying to go, he's sensing the fade. This is a good test to see if the fade can work 4 or 5 cards in later.
Yeah, now with the neutral situation, really just gotta find each other's weaknesses.
Jenna going to go to a red 4 here. And Rodgers, we talked about this, looking at the CH here, man. Half the +2s are gone. That's going to become percentage Uno very soon if we see 1 or 2 more click off, for sure. Here comes Brock, though, looking to
still got some +4s left, though.
Yeah, we got plenty of them. 3 of them. In fact, we haven't had one because the bot delivered one, and still regular wilds all on the deck. Red 9 will go up to the top forward island on the Reds. Here comes Jenna looking to fire back. Like I said, methodical game here. JT's game will be delayed for sure.
Yeah, she's definitely a patient player, really really wanting to take her time and figure out what the best move is.
We talk about it, Roger. Speed Racer versus that slow and steady old tortoise first hair. Brock's the hair. He's trying to sprint. You can tell. Even though he's got control right now, he still wants to sprint and get this win, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it's becoming more of a chess match here. If you're just joining us late, you haven't missed much. We're still in game 1. 15 minutes in almost. Brock, Jenna taking their times. Jenna, especially Brock, trying to push the pace. Here we go. Yeah, how about that? 14-14 on the money right there. Endurance battle in game 1. We've seen a lot of these endurance battles tonight. And today, for that matter. Saw with Ellison as well.
Yoshi was saying that the endurance game, favored Jenna. But in my eyes, I think Brock is right there with her, too. He has the experience in these games. So,
All right, well. Okay, I've seen her do that before. It's the old reverse to the old new you. I didn't even know that. I have seen that before. That's her pass. I should have realized that. I should have said that's 100% on me with not calling it. But here comes Brock. He's going to go back. Yeah, Roger, you're absolutely right, though, man. Brock's hanging out like a champ with the endurance, but you can see as soon as Jen, he's ready. He's on the gun like a dragster. He's looking for that 0.01 reaction time. He's going for it for sure. It's a great style match. Now let's see what will be. Obviously, Yoshi, you got to look here. Jenna rallied back. Remember, 21-10 was the score. Now Brock still in control, but it's definitely chipping away. Let's see what she's got in the back end. Probably a test here. We'll see. See if Brock actually has more green. Could see that coming. Maybe a switch to be aggressive.
Yeah. I mean, the recent colors that have been played so far, red and green, really kind of we're looking at a 2-color game, and it's when we see that big switch into some of the others. That's where we could start seeing some of those big moves again. But I think Jenna's going to try and slow things down and just either play another green or maybe go for that switch.
Rodgers, your thoughts on the pace, man? You think Brock is starting to just accept, hey, these are going to be long endurance games, right? As we go for basically a ditto there without the numbers in matching.
I mean, I think he has to be in that mindset now. I mean, you're seeing how Jenna's playing. You jumped on the train very early on the, draw train. So I think he's already in that mindset. Maybe he already knew that coming in.
Yeah, William Brock. You never know what's going on in the eyes of William Brock, that's for sure. Fade master, absolute legend in terms of basically that one patented move he has, but can he dynamically adjust his game to the more methodical, slow endurance pace? We talk about William Brock being one of those, Dark Rain being one of those players. We talk about Acosta being one. Obviously, to an extent, you actually see other people be like that. Toaster guy, to an extent, can drag out games, but he can play quick, similar to what Brock does. More number thought Brad, Ashley are very good with methodical play style, but they play a little bit quicker, I will say, than what we got going on. Here is definitely, we're ranging into more of that dark ME territory, for sure. Well, that's a first heat check there, Rodgers. First heat check on Yoshi. KT Wild to start us off here with the heat check. Let's see if Brock responds here and pounces.
Yeah, we have every other wild in the deck.
Oh,
there you go.
William Brock.
He was ready for it.
No hesitation, just no attack, no chance with Brock. I'm going to see that blue wild, KT, and I'm going to raise you a little Seth Cole action from behind the scenes.
But once again, KT, he's controlling the game. That's what's going to win in games. He's controlling it.
I couldn't agree more, man. And that's the key. It's whoever has control in these situations, or that's what's going to win the game. You're absolutely right. And Brock is going to seize that control by basically saying, if you're going to go mirror imaging on the wild, I'm going to match it for sure. Now, Yoshi, how do you combat that from Jenna's standpoint, knowing I just got flushed, a wild, I know Caesar's not here. It basically is a flush of a wild. What do you think? And there it is. Nothing you can do. Here comes Brock.
It's almost demoralizing,
Yeah.
though.
What was that, Rob? I'm
Like-
sorry, man. What'd you say?
For
It's
me.
demoralizing. Like, what else? I mean, what else do you do there? You throw
I
a
hear you.
punt,
Yeah, no,
and you
go
just-
ahead, Yoshi.
Yeah, it's like you either control the game or let the game control you. And unfortunately, like we're seeing Jenna just struggling to find the control here. I mean, getting the switch here. I don't think there's no green 4 to switch back. But if it's Brock, he can always find a way to get back to that green.
Well, William Brock is the master of the phase, Roger. I don't think he minds this yellow at all, and he's going to run right with it for sure.
Yeah, he's in the lead. That's gonna help him.
Yeah, William Brock in the lead now. As we said, Jenna decided to flip the script on a yellow. Now the question is, Rogers, we talk about this. Jenna just revealed she's got a blue, right? We know that, wow, something's got to be in blue. Brock, we don't know. Knowing him, he could have, we don't know what he could have 3 greens left. He could have none. He could have 2. Or he could have just something silly, right? So you just never know, William. That's what makes him dangerous. You just don't know.
There's a lot of yellows left to play too. I mean, they're the least amount played so far. So I think yellows, both of them probably have plenty amount of yellows to play.
Well, as we continue to, I think, hit 20 minutes now, we were right on the money. Have to be. Let's see. Yeah, we're on it. We're on it. Almost 20. We are going into this long endurance battle, and you gotta think here, Rogers. You talked about control. How long do you think Brock can hang? I think the answer is he can hang on any time. He's ready with these plays. He's not hesitating when he comes up, and he's ready to fire away. That's something that Brock is known to do.
I think that depends on
Yes, sir.
if Jenna gets frustrated. Brock can adapt to either gameplay. Can Jenna stay, in her game plan and do the
Well,
ooh,
throws the +4. Okay, back to blue. So Jenna takes the lead, but now this could be the. If you're Brock right now, okay, now I got the blue. How do I readapt? If you're Jenna, I just threw my +4 on wild away. Can I get on the back end and race you to the finish? It's definitely a chess game. Let's see if Brock responds back quick here. Jenna throws the gauntlet down early, Yoshi. What will Brock do and respond? He is loading up, Riders. Yeah,
I feel
anything
like
you can do.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm gonna do as well, and we just like that flipped the scoreboard. And what is that? We talked about no +4s, Riders. Well, how about we got 3 of them, and 2 are from the players, 1 from the bot, and leaves 1 left. Brock really staying true to that green, and Jenna can't get anything on the green with that +4. Brock the Rock is continuing to run.
that's devastating for Jenna.
Devastating, says Rogers. Right now, you can't risk the switch either, and Brock is, as Jenna picks up the pace, is definitely going to continue on the green as long as he can. But does he have more to tank to possibly get an end around at the end? Here comes Brock the Rock typing it out.
Yeah, it's really gonna come down to how many greens does Brock really have. Like, there's got to be a point where he runs out, but it's not happening.
William Brock, all over that green tonight. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 played, just missing an 8. Of course, on the single plays. Jenna, nothing. Brock still running. Oh, there's the switch. There's the fade. But you know what they say, Rogers. Who knows if he actually ran out? This is what makes him lethal. And that's what makes him lethal, man. It's just, you just don't know if William Brock ran out of green. He could have.
But he left
Maybe
that
he
door
ran out of
open.
green. Yeah.
No matter what, he left that door open that there might be still some greens.
And that's the key, right? If you still leave it open, you never know what can happen on the back end. Jenna taking her time. 22 minutes in now. We have had a long game 1. It's just game 1, and we are running we're running the gauntlet here. Less than 2 minutes away from hitting that 25 minutes, which will go on the board. Of course, the other game scheduled at 9 o'clock will be severely delayed now. Absolutely. Right now, you got to look at this too, Yoshi, as Jenna types out. It's going to come down to what do I have left on ammo? How do I manage the ammo and go from there for sure?
Yeah, there could come a point where you have a lot of cards but little to no ammo. I mean, Jenna could be in that position for all we know. So she's really got to think about what move to make. All right, we're just going to keep it yellow, though.
Smart move, Brock. Let's see if he attacks Rogers. He's been attacking all night on these quick plays.
I would say he doesn't here, though, unless he has the game ender.
You think he's going to... You know what? He just faded it again. I mean, what do you expect? Anything less? That is WB in a nutshell. It doesn't matter what, when, or where. I have the fade in the back pocket. Here we go. Here comes Jenna now looking to respond back. Brock with the reds. Question is, what kind of ammo would it be? Comes Jenna really typing it through. I clicked on Nick's comment right there as we go into blue. So now Rogers, that's once again trips 3, and now Brock, he can fade it as well. This is interesting because when we get into this 3-color strategy where you're just trying to isolate one, what is it that's going to be the end around? Because Brock, let's face it, he can win on any color. That's just how he plays the game. He's one of the rare guys. Any color, anytime. How does Jenna react to that? It's going to be the key. You talked about control. He's pretty much had his game on lock control from the start. How does he finish it off now is the key. Because we are over 25. There's got to be no way. Yeah, on the dot, on the money.
On the dot.
Oh my God. Reads are still there, baby. All right. On the money, 25 minutes, bang, bang. School is in session, and it hasn't left yet. We're still in the principal's office taking notes. But we'll see who will be the principal after probably another half hour or more of this. Yoshi, so far this has been an endurance battle. Oh, you like that one, right? It's been an endurance battle here, and Jenna is just trying to find out the rhythm. Yeah, first board game of the season, correct? I think we could hit that double board, might get that over hour. I think
Yeah, so the interesting thing is if Jenna's looking at giving Rock extra cards at this point, each color does have one more +2 left. But yeah, I mean, Jenna is falling into the I don't know what he has left situation, which is exactly what Brock wants. And all she can do is keep it blue.
Well, Brock, look, here we go, Rod. We talked about control. Here we go. This is it. Can he get the check for the first time all series? Let's see. William Brock typing it out. He does get the check. And there it is. Uno. The Rock now in check. What's that?
Does Jenna try to change colors here, or does he stick with the blue?
Does she stick with the blue? Yeah, I don't know, man. This is the problem, right? William Brock, he could have any color. You go red, he's got it. He's got it. I mean, it's Brock. He wants you to fade, and we talked about Toasty Guy cracking like an egg, but that's after multiple +2s and 4s. We don't have the
though. Yeah. Statistically, though, he probably doesn't have a blue. So.
You think so? We'll see. We'll see. He's so good at this. It's just been one of his trademarks. We'll see what Jenna will do. It's got to be a high percentage move for sure.
Yeah, well then, okay.
Well, we'll see if Rogers' theory is true. Was it the 8 then? You're right. Okay.
Ooh.
So now Brock will play top deck Kevin. That's really what he's looking for. Jenna keeps it alive. Now the question is, Yoshi, if he doesn't have the blue, do you dare switch it, right? And that's the risk you take. Do you dare try to switch it and then, right, it could be over that way. So you're almost better off. You're almost off bettering. Do you take the draw here and punt? I mean, it's right, Rodgers. Do you punt here and say,
Jenna might
go for it?
Yeah, Jenna might it's hard because if Jenna has ran out of blue here, I mean, she might have to think about just drawing, just to get extra cards, or set Brock back as much as possible. But sometimes it actually is better to take that risk. I mean, it's tough.
I mean, what are there statistically 3 blues left cards you can get? So I mean, you got to think about it. Does she take that chance and play blue if she has it, or does she just park the bus basically?
You park it in the corner. It's an interesting statistical game. We talked about statistical Uno and more importantly percentage Uno. It's been a term thrown around a lot today. And how do you play the percentages? It's hard to read right now. That's how Brock plays it.
Well, I think this new bot plays a part in that. Sorry, Yoshi, go ahead.
Go for it.
Yeah, no, it's all good. But yeah, the only thing that I know right now is that like
we're
green is the only color where most of the ammo cards are off the table. Like I think Jenna has some ammo saved up and just trying to think about when am I going to use them, because we see like not a lot of skips have been played besides green. Like there's definitely something in her sleeve that she's trying to figure out when she's got to use it, whether it be like a wild or skip to reverses.
Well, we're gonna find out right now. Does Jenna just play this clean? She's gonna go into the. Well, there you go, Rodgers. She's gonna go into the 4-bagger in the yellow, and that's game. Are you serious?
Wow, just exactly like just saving the right moment for it. Like she could have went for a big run to preserve the lead. Like she had a +4, but no, she saved everything. The patience.
Let me go to Jenna. Jenna, obviously I have a lot of questions. I'm not going to throw you with these mind ball questions here, but talk to me about the patience when you got to 21. Was it just truly, okay, I have a couple +4s. Do you isolate the +4s in your back pocket and use it as a separate entity? Right, use it as a separate ammo device for when you get down to 6-7 cards? Or were you thinking when Brock kept switching, you let him run the pace and almost steal control back in the later stages? Talk to me through it. Brock, Rodgers basically said you had control that whole game. You decided to make the break. Do you feel, in a sense, that you almost got bathed into the patience and got the, let's say, shorter end on the ammo, in a sense that you just couldn't hit it at the end, you just wanted to go early? Or are you playing number uno, hope that you can maybe get a number at the right time and get the win? What were you thinking to the end? Long game, too. Thoughts on the endurance?
I mean, it was an enduring game. I mean, after that play, I mean, what else can I say? I mean, I did all I could to hold her off, but she just came out on top.
Yeah, you really can't say much harder than that, bro. How do you adjust now knowing this more methodical endurance style? And we'll go to Rodgers here as well in a second.
I guess just think of a different strategy.
Very good. Brock's still going to keep the faith. Austin, you look at this game, it's been very nip and tuck, right? You said Brock had the control for most of this. Didn't work out. It came down to the patience. How do you adjust knowing that we're in more of a... You know what? In a chess, but we talked about with James Ellison. Do you think we're in a chess, but we saw with the Draw City versus the more unconventional get out of Draw City. Here it's almost endurance, patience versus fade, and then backing in with some end around. What's your thoughts on the dynamic here, along with control?
The dynamic is amazing right now. I mean, I think you're having two really good players. This is probably not a 4-13 match in the future. This is probably a, Sweet 16, Elite 8 match. I mean, just think about how, how familiar am I with Jenna's game? I'm not. So I think Jenna just showed you what exactly she's going to be doing in the future. And, she's going to be methodical with her thoughts and her turn her in around. And, she saved all that for the end and then caught all of us by surprise. So
Right, we'll go to Yoshi here real quick. Yoshi, your thoughts on how Jenna adapted to the moment, right? We talk about the D1 pressure. How did she adapt to the moment in that first game and playing against one of the Fade Masters in Brock? Go for it. Feel free to type that out or say it real quick.
Yeah, no, that was like... I mean, I feel like some of the things that I was talking about Jenna, like they were on the money. I mean, saving some of those ammos, really trying to adapt in the moment. Like she's definitely she definitely uses the time that she has to really like think about like how am I going to get this done, and could I have a plan B if something doesn't work out? I think
Yeah.
it's tough. Like she had to think because Brock made it tough. Brock made it tough. He got to Uno, and Jenna had to really think about, is it worth going for the run, or should I just wait and hope that it works out? And I think the unpredictability ends up not working out for Brock because he needed just a one more color switch to get it done, and unfortunately Jenna didn't bite.
You didn't bite. We'll go over to Cody Smart now with the call for game 2. Brock, he'll get to type it in. Brock, didn't work out in the 7, but you're free to go, man. Anything you want still. What are we going to do for game 2? I know it was a long one there.
Let's try 9.
We'll go up to 9. All right, William Brock ramping it up to 9. Let's start it up. Cody Smart said we'll start with the Raven 3. And Brock, you got to think, Rogers, he's firing, right? He's got to recalibrate, put some old bullets back in the gun and refire. He may not work one time, but you're going to fire as he doubles up from 3 to 6 for sure.
I mean, I feel Brock is going to be like he needs to win this game to keep the momentum out of Jenna's corner completely.
Right.
So I think if he can win this one, it's going to be one hell of a match.
We'll go 2 up from the 6 to the 8, and of course I talked about this, Yoshi, and Brock said this earlier in the Superior game. Well, I like being up 1-0, so I'm down 1-0. I got to readjust. Let's see how he adjusts, knowing he is down that 1-0 right now. Jenna up 1-0 early, trying to find a little more rhythm to get to 2, as Yoshi will speak here.
Yeah, I do agree. Like, it is very nice to get that early lead, and I think, I mean, if you're on the opposing end, you at least know that, okay, I mean, like, it's you got a long way to go, right? And Brock can easily adjust, as he said. Jenna, it's about momentum now. Because now she was able to take advantage of Brock's strategy, and now she's going to have to try and figure out, how can I do it again? But right now oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, Rogers, could be isolation coming here. It's Draw City, and when you think about Draw City, man, oh man, that's been hit. It's been feast or famine for both players as William Brock looks for a top deck right here. Here we go, waiting for it. And William Brock just throws the gauntlet, Rogers. We talked about control. Holy moly. He's going for it. Now Brock pretty much throws the gauntlet again. We see this story the first time. Can Jenna adjust? I think the patience is coming into her style for sure now. Brock is throwing the gauntlet down. Brock looking for it. Now, well, she'll play it cool. Here comes Rock. Let's see. Usually he has 1 or 2 more reds in the back pocket where he can fade it. Let's see. Yeah, there's another one. Could have more. That's the thing. He could have plenty. It's William Brock. He could have plenty more in the back pocket. Jenna continues with the red 2. Speeding it up a little bit now with the pace. Interesting. Maybe starting to feel a little more confident on the table after that first win and kick it into high gear. We'll see. What's it going to be for William Brock? He'll go red 6, and there's 1 or 2 more reds we talked about. Brock finding it now. William Brock still. Can he keep the red train rolling? Brock's still finding reds, but does he have any more? Rogers, what do you think so far, man? Brock's throwing the gauntlet down, but he's still finding these reds.
I think we saw that last year. I mean, last game, he had control of the game. Can he keep it, though, and finish it, though? That's the question for this game, too.
Ryder, we always talk about time of possession, right, in sports.
Mm-hmm.
Times you can win the time of possession and still lose the game as Jenna goes into the green there. And that's the beauty of it, right? You can have the time of possession, but can you win? Here comes Brock. Once that, he fades it over. Oh, William Brock, the fade is back. Wrong number, says William Brock, but still a chance for Jenna to crack out of it. And Jenna find an answer. Does she play it cool and play the statistical percentages, which she's done really good? She does play the percentages. Is this Brock for the win? William Brock to tie it up. He's got it.
Yeah,
And
that was.
Yes, sir.
No, go ahead. Sorry, I was.
Yeah, I was about to say that was textbook control the game. Got that thing under 5 minutes. That's William Brock. Brock, Roger, you want to ask a question? If you want, go ahead.
William Brock, what was your game plan in that? Because it seemed like you had a specific plan in place, or was it just luck of the draw with the cards you got?
I guess it was a little bit of both. I mean, Jenna, had the right cards at the end of the last game, but it just kind of seemed like I had the right cards for this one. But definitely managed to hold her off on this game, and looking forward to winning the next three.
Yeah, that was a good game from you.
Real quick, Brock, do you think you were able to make that +4 jump because you saw those 4 or 5 reds? Was that the case? Hey, you see 4 or 5 reds. I feel if you run out, right? You make the opponent think I got nothing. Was that a case where you just banked on the percentages with the red to get you the winner?
Yeah, I'd say I kind of banked on it a little bit. I did the +4. Just kind of hold her off a little bit. Just to buy some time.
All right, we'll go to Jenna real quick. Jenna, obviously not what you wanted there, but in this case, do you accept it knowing that hey, Brock had more of the hand and he didn't want to risk something that early, especially with 9 cards still being that gray area on what to fade off of? Yoshi, now it's even, right? Brock has lost the game when he controlled the game 1, but he won it this time, and it was way under the old, let's say, half-hour mark. Do you think now this game being a little bit more faster in Brock's wheelhouse puts pressure on Jenna for her first ever career home game in D1 coming up?
Yeah, no, I think trying to change the pace up, really trying to end the game as fast as, well, maybe not as fast as possible, but just in a faster manner. Like he went aggressive early again, but if it works out, then you can't. It's like it's one of those things. It's like now like she maybe after that game 1, it's like, oh, it's fine if he goes aggressive. I mean, because I won last game, but now it worked this time. Maybe she wasn't as alert as she should have been.
All right. Well, we're going to go to game 3 here. I think, like I said, really nothing, no question for Jenna other than more of the luck. So Jenna, it's game 3. Everything on the board but 7 CSR, of course. What's it going to be, my friend? We'll see what she does. Cody Smart, of course, doing a great job helping us out at the ref table. We're going to go 10. So once again, Rogers, we're still in this mid-tier range. We're not going high. We're staying mid. Oh, my word.
What did that say about the competitors, though?
That's a good... I never had someone ask me that. And I think that's a good question, Roger, because it's saying they respect each other, knowing that they can break out in a run. At any time, if you go 15, you can get more creative. They're trying to put each other in a box on the 7 to 10, so they don't get too creative. And we talked about this in the last game with Tapir and Ellison. If you allow the player to get too creative, as Brock keeps the pace flowing here with the red 1 and the ghost, when you start to get the pace going and you start to get the creativity flowing with more end arounds and more special plays as we go 1 up this time, it gives your opponent more life. And you don't want to give the opponent life as Brock fades into bad breath from Zach, which will be playing probably closer to midnight now. I'm interested to see where this will go as we go up to Nick now. I think this is a really interesting gameplay from both as they respect each other on the higher tier stuff. William Brock now going to continue down 3 from Nick to M. We'll see M on Thursday night. And Yoshi, I look at this as we go 0 sugar into the Glazer. It's about the control, right? We've been saying this all night. Jenna's trying to get this control as Brock goes double Myth into Retro. We'll see Myth and Retro Friday and Sunday, respectively. It's about the control, and now you see Jenna picking up the pace. It's the mind game of, okay, I just lost on this fast game 2. How do I combat that in game 3 to make sure we're cleaner? Thoughts on that? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an easy question to answer, right? It's really up to Jenna to figure that out, and I think when you're up against someone like Brock, who's really gonna just force the control on his end, you really have to figure out what strategy is best for you, because now, if you don't have the control, you really have to figure out what the best move is. Maybe the best move is to hope for better cards and draw. I mean, like there's so much like uncertainty that I think for many players they could get The uncertainty could definitely make things a lot harder to win. Also, I'll be right back.
All right, no problem. Me and Rogers will take it here. Hey, you're doing a fantastic job at smart move from Jenna to draw. I like that draw, right? Don't force anything silly. Let's see how Brock controls it. Well, there you go, right? You got the switch. It's a good draw. Now you know a possible weakness, but it is Brock. He could fade it. Oh, that's crazy. Undercut from Jenna. Trips 8. 8-ball money right there. 8-ball money. Can Brock respond to Reds? Or quad A. Okay, quad A. And no on the Reds, so now it's an isolation game. Did Brock put himself in a corner? Wait, was it trips 8? I was going to say, it was trip 8. Yeah, it was trips 8. I knew what I was doing. You're good. You good? Oh, Brock, top deck city. Rogers, it's once again, man, everything you've been saying, it's about who gets control, and you can see, but he's hitting it home. He's not trying to slow down. He wants to control the possession of this game, for better or worse.
Mm-hmm. You can definitely tell that's what he wants to do. He wants to have every single corner covered, you know. She does this, he does that. She does this, he, you know, in and around this, you know. He has it controlled.
Yeah, and that's a killer instinct from both players that you got to learn in this game of Uno, especially in D1. Is here comes Jenna with a big +4 to stop that track. And that's game. That's
Holy
game, and that's 2 in a row from game 1 to 3, where you just can't see it coming. And for Brock, I gotta ask, man, you had the green wild, but once again, a sneak attack of flurry onset of runs. What happened there?
I really don't know. I just tried to, I kind of had a little bit of good cards, but just like in game 1, Jenna just seemed to have the better deck in the end.
I appreciate that. Austin, I'm going to give you a question in a second. We'll go to Jenna. Jenna, right now you've had no control of any game in terms of possession, but you're winning on the efficiency. Now, how do you balance that knowing you're winning on efficiency from not having the control of the game, but coming in with that more methodical approach? It's almost like, right, I always compare it to this. It's almost like you're taking a spin around the block, right? And you got 4 modes. You got the eco, you got the sport, you got the normal, you got the EV mode. And Brock is trying to control every button in the deck, but Jenna here is just coming in from the eco mode, right? Stealth mode, not seeing it coming. And that's putting Brock into a fixture. So Jenna, my question is, how have you been able to put Brock into a fixture by not controlling the time of possession of the game? And Roger, your thoughts on the dynamic, man. We talked about the vibes being similar to an Elite 8 match. What's the dynamic been in terms of you're a basketball coach, right? What's the dynamic been in terms of basketball terms of where we are in the quarter right now so you can get the win in the series? Go ahead.
Right now, you want to go to halftime.
Okay.
So you had the final 4 minutes and then the first 4 minutes. That's the biggest time. They call it the middle 8. The middle 8 is the crucial time, which is, once again, the second and third quarter in a basketball game, or the first half, the middle 8. It dictates how you play. You can start out fast and you can end fast. How do you play in the middle? That's where we're at now.
And you know what they say about the middle, man? It can be heaven or hell, right? In the middle, you got the ends, right? You got the short end and the long end, you got the middle. The short end, sometimes you get the short end of the stick, sometimes you get the long end of the stick. But what happens in that middle? As you said, the middle 8, it's basketball, we've seen it in football. Oh, yeah. The question was, you're not getting the time possession one, but you're coming more on eco mode. You're playing more stealth Uno, right? You're coming with these runs that no one expects, jaw-dropping runs. How have you been able to build those runs and put Brock into a fixture where he has to adapt on the fly with his style? Go ahead and answer that. Yoshi's back. Yoshi, your thoughts on the series so far? I'm going to get another drink. I'm feeling it now for sure. I'm definitely feeling this one. It's been a good one.
I mean, yeah, it's a battle between, like, I don't even, like, it's hard to even, like, put it into words. Like, I think, like, it's really, like, Brock is looking for catching, just catching Jenna when she can't switch anymore, and then Brock could just make his way into a victory, or like, a part of his strategy is also getting that right number, getting the number to switch at the right time, or get that finish off with that final card. Like, so I've seen Brock before win off of just I'm gonna play a blue weight and then all of a sudden he has the yellow weight. Like it's like that's kind of part of Brock's strategy, and it's definitely not a bad idea, right? Especially because you can make the right move, but if you make the wrong number, then I mean it's just still on you. I guess for Jenna though, like I think Jenna is like really likes to save runs, in ways where it may seem like she doesn't have them. Especially, she was drawing on blue, and I think it's really interesting because you have to think about like the way she navigates her cards. Like she ended up only with 2 colors there, and if Brock kept it red, she would have had to draw that. I mean, and any chance she has to have a path to victory and just taking the risk of like, I'm just going to fully commit on this run, and Brock looking for that green wild. I mean, it just worked out in a way that Jenna probably didn't expect, but that's the kind of thing that gives you the win. Like sometimes the play, you let the player make the move for you,
and make the player make the move for you, Ross. That's the game of cat and mouse, right? And you look at the game of cat and mouse, and just going with the flow, seeing the risk, seeing what's a reward, and seeing how it turns out. It's a good strategy, man. Sometimes it's going with the flow, right? We talked about eco mode. That's really what eco mode is. Efficient, right? Controlled and oscillating around. Really, it's energy, control, oscillation. That's eco. And that's what Jen has really been able to display tonight. It's a master class on it for a rookie. And you start to wonder. We saw this last year with Brad, Cap, Sapir, Ashley. You start to wonder, is this a rookie or is this a rookie in disguise? Well, we'll keep in mind as we move forward. All right, once again, Jenna, no 7-10 split. We ain't bowling tonight, but you have a free choice in Game 4. What are we going to do? Feel free. Cody Smart, if you're still here, I know you are paying attention, my buddy. Just checking, making sure you're good. Plug it in. We'll go 12-pack. Appreciate you, brother, for all the work. Here we go. Green skip. We'll see how it goes, Riders. Right now, we saw this in the Sapir Ellison game, man. You can do a couple things. You can run with it, or you can hide a little bit and save it to the end. Do you think Jenna goes aggressive? She's been very methodical. I'd be shocked if she goes aggressive.
Yeah, I would be shocked too, yeah.
All right. Nothing to be ashamed of there from Jen. Just plays it cool. Now, Rock. Look, I mean, Riders, what does the Rock got to do to adjust? He hasn't found everything other than control of the game, but sometimes that's not going to work if we're talking about energy-controlled oscillation in the eco mode. How does he go into this with a little bit different mindset?
Well, I think you've seen that whatever he's trying to do, isn't working too much. So he might have to work in her favor, You know how she's going to be. You've seen it for 3 games. That's not a lot of time, but it's enough time to understand your opponent. So maybe sit back, play a methodical game like she's playing, but play the same mindset that you would have if you're playing the type of game you want to play. Just take care of every corner.
Take care of every corner, right? The 4 corners of basketball, right? You got the perimeter, you got the baseline, you got the free throw line, center. I mean, you got it. You got to take a half court guard. Oh my goodness! Forget that, Riders. Brock is just laying the gauntlet again. He's just going for it, looking for a
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. When Brock does the gauntlet, she's still in the game. When Jenna does, it's over.
That's a good point, man. It's a great point. Brock he's taking, once again, we talked about, he's trying to play control. And Yoshi, we saw it. You weren't here, but Short, actually, I'll bring in Short real quick. Short, we saw this with Toaster Guy, and it worked out. In a Game 7, this is the worst strategy. You want to get ahead. You want to get your opponent thinking, hey, you're on the back foot. But in this situation, it's a little bit different. We're only on Game 4 out of many to go, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, chains like that can definitely come down to desperation in a sense, but yeah, we did kind of see that with Toast earlier on today, so I'm interested to see how it pulls out.
Well,
but here comes the response from Jenna.
First time in a long time, Rodgers, Jenna does not win the game on something of that move, so you could tell that's a respect move. I respect what Brock did right there. I'm going to match it for sure. You're good, sure you can rest out. I know you got a hell of a.
Yes, sir.
That is a mistake from. That's a huge. Yoshi, I have not seen one of those in forever from Jenna. That is crazy.
Yeah, I'm a big. Oh my god. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder what caused her to do that. Maybe like seeing Brock typing and thinking. I don't know. That was interesting.
Well,
But the lead as quick as she could, hoping that Brock didn't see. I don't know.
yeah, that's an interesting one for sure. Brock.
That's the first mistake I've seen neither one of them make.
Oh boy. Hold on a second, guys. Cody's hit me. Sure. Can you give Cody the match results? He needs access. I don't know why. You know what? Just give staff the match. Why is it? Oh my! He's right. The match results this whole time hasn't been available to the public. Cody Savage, once again, and stats results as well. Appreciate you, Savage. That's why you're here. Cody Savage from the left. I guess the left bench, man. Pull him into the start. Appreciate you, bro. For real. Keep that good work up there. All right, back to the game, though. Austin LaPlante 5. Yeah, check. Do a full house check, short. Appreciate that. Check the house. Check the house. Make sure there's no fires or anything. But anyway, back to the game here. Rogers, Brock he's talked about the fade, right? But he's trying to control every part of the game. You think he's trying a little bit to maybe feel out the control fade to the end, maybe save those fades to the end like he did in game 2? Or
I mentioned that earlier. Is that what he's trying to do? Hold his guns to the end. I think very, very well be what he's trying to do.
Chat real quick. Go ahead. I'm just going to look at the chat real quick. I haven't looked at it all night. Let me know what you guys think of AR commenting. You like the AR-KT duo? AR-44, of course, the old KT-7. You like that duo? Let me know. Yoshi, obviously, with us, but he's been with me so many times. Yoshi, I'm going to go to you. Right now, Jenna's been able to control the plays, as we talked about, with the eco mode and playing more stealth Uno, finishing it's over. But that was one of the first times she matched Brock on ammo. What does that do psychologically when you're playing? You're in that moment. You see someone get the lead. How does it affect your psychological habits, knowing that as humans, we hate to be behind?
That too, yeah. I think Jenna also might be thinking maybe, I feel like I am in the lead, but if I do the same thing, but if I don't go aggressive, if I'm don't go aggressive any game, it's probably not going to work out. So it's worth going for, trying something different, trying to give a new look, and I think that's something that's, yeah, you can't be one dimensional in D1 for sure.
Well, look who you're playing. You're playing William Broad. You can't be one dimensional.
You got a good point. That's a good point, man. William Broad. You look at this, Yoshi.
One-dimensional period. I mean,
yeah.
Look at how highly we held. Peter Onjak, he's a great player, but he came down to being more one-dimensional to just the color switch. Now, granted that strategy can work for him, but it led to not as good a season as some may have anticipated. So you really can't be one-dimensional, period. But sometimes it can work, to your point, but you always got to. There are so many more looks coming out in this league, and KT and I, we always talk about that, seeing all these new strategies to play the game. You got to have multiple ways to win.
You can't be a one-trick pony. Now, I'm not going to say that you're a one-trick pony. We saw with Tapir, he probably played maybe 2 or 3 styles, right? But he got in the sense where Ellison was just too 1D and certain mistakes cost him, right? Sometimes 1D will work in a round 1 where it's a 116. Sometimes, but not all the time. And that's the tricky part about this league. You have to be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11D chess, or you're going to be caught on autopilot.
And the thing is, even if it's a 116, you can't let that. You can't fly. You can't coast through it for the most part. Most opponents you really can't overlook. That's the problem. That can't be 1D because you got to make sure you're You got to make sure you take care of business. No lead is safe until you got 4 wins.
Yeah, I was just about to say, no lead is safe in this league, and anyone can come back. Now, back to the game here as we continue to. We got Jay. Jay, we're gonna be delayed, man.
Wow.
Dude,
He's making a run.
yeah, maybe 10. What do you think? Short 10? As Brock
Ooh.
goes,
And he returns back.
Hold on.
It's almost 9, and we're just about to get through game 4.
Yeah, Jay, we'll see if we can do 10, man. We had an API. We couldn't control that. I mean, I'm just gonna be straight.
Yeah, we
Apologies,
lost about
man.
45 minutes to the API.
Yeah, no problem. We'll let Leah know too. If you want to stay in here, you're welcome, man. I know you're getting a little sore throat. We apologize for that, for sure. Here comes Brock though. I'm sorry about that, guys. A lot of unexpected things have happened today, but other than that, it's been fantastic. I will say. Back to the game though. Brock's feeling the heat now. He's cooking. He's starting to sweat because everything he's been trying, it's not working other than controlling the game. Despite his 60 looks. Here comes Jenna looking for, I believe, is this check or is this, yeah, check. Lost track of it a little bit because I was seeing JT pop in.
Yeah, threw out another +4, and she definitely needed that to make sure that what she gave away in her previous turn was now gone. Even Brock trying to get to blue allows her to play a blue 5, but now she might have to draw here.
I got Brad typing for, wait, what? Oh, okay.
I guess if she's taking her time, she probably has an option, but we'll have to see. This is going to be a tough situation for Jenna, given if she is in a position where she has 2 options, she has to figure it out, or maybe even more.
Yeah, probably thinking this one through, or I think you got to thinking this one through and not trying to rush the situation. That's really where we're at here. I think that's really what she's doing, playing this pace control. Yeah, just joining us, Brock. Yeah, go for it.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just say if you're just joining us late, man, let me tell you something right now. It's been a fantastic series. We have had a banger in terms of strategy. We've had controlled pace dynamics. I even busted out the eco mode, the energy conservation oscillate. I busted out everything. Yoshi and AR44 have done a fantastic job right here on the booth. But it could potentially be 3-1. Brock is on to his last leg, so he's starting to feel the heat. And we'll go to Rogers. Rogers, what is your thoughts on this, man? Brock he hasn't felt the heat since Super League. Let's face it.
I've talked about control all night tonight. Right now, Jenna has it. She's controlling the pace of the game. She's controlling the lead of the game and the lead of the series. What else are you asking for right now if you're Jenna?
I don't know, man. I think this is what you'd call here more of a novice or... Oh, come on.
Gotta love that.
Bro, I really hope this isn't Discord. Please, no.
The Uno gods.
I think it's probably internet related. I'm gonna check status though.
Well, sometimes you get screwed over by Uno, sometimes you get screwed over by the internet.
Let's not bring that up, Sting. We all know Caesar. We hate Brazilian internet. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Remember that one? He still can't live that one down. I don't blame him.
Yeah, I think this is probably Jenna's side, not Discord.
No. It's not. It's
Yeah,
not.
no, I agree.
It's not. No, if it was Discord, we wouldn't even be in this call. We'd be.
There was a Discord crash a couple.
What?
Oh, and there's a power play.
It affected our game earlier, which is why this is like way later than it should be.
Yeah, we apologize for those delays.
Jenna's
Here comes Jenna.
Most likely going to take a 3-1 lead, and there it is.
That's gonna do it.
Well, I don't got Brock.
Mm.
You gave all those cards, man. You basically tried to push the pace. Was it a case of, hey, you know what? I'm trying to push the pace because you feel you're just not getting the ammo? Or do you feel I want to use the ammo now, knowing that send her back and let's just try to play this more, I guess, aggressive approach, trying to control the clock? How are you going to adapt here to try to get this win?
Well, I guess the adapt is may I guess the best way I could adapt is by not using my power card so soon.
You got the power play advantage now. That's the one thing you do have. Your thoughts on trying to get this one from 4-3?
I mean, it's definitely an uphill battle, but I'll see what I can do.
All right.
Well,
we'll see.
Brock, I gotta ask, you've never played Jenna before. Like, none of us in D1 really have all that much. So how are you adapting to her playstyle as the series goes along?
Well, I mean, like I said, maybe try not to use my power cards so soon.
Okay. We'll go to. What was that?
There you have it.
That's just Brock, man.
I have a question for Brock.
Yeah, go ahead, Rodgers. Go ahead, my man.
Brock, what is catching you by surprise about Jenna's gameplay right now?
I guess I guess her having a better deck than me.
All right, Brock throwing a little shade there. Interesting. We'll go with Jenna here. Jenna, right now, you've been able to play this eco gameplay that I've been talking about with the energy conservation oscillation. But this game, you matched Brock on the +4. You matched him a little bit on the ammo. What was the change in mindset to match him? Did you just really have an overpowered hand, or did Brock give you some of that overpowered hand after he dropped the gauntlet +6 and +8s on you? Talk me through it. Rogers, right now, we're watching something that it's back and forth, but it's definitely Brock is.
Need to repeat that one.
I'm not sure do you think it's one?
Boss, you got to repeat the question.
Oh man, I might have to slow it down these questions, man.
Now, sorry.
Because I had a salad today, and when I eat salad, man, I start to get really jacked up.
Is that your brain power?
Salad,
questions.
Dude, salad. I mean, most of my diet is legit salad and salmon. I'm not even capping. I eat that maybe, I don't know, 3-4 times a week.
Now, the good thing about this 3-1 is that Jenna's already burned her power play. So now Brock is the only one left with a power play. So I feel like he's going to at least be able to extend the game to Game 6.
That's what Sting says. Yeah, go ahead, Ron. Go ahead, man.
How desperate is he, though? Is he going to use that thinking that's his only opportunity and then, run out of,
he's on the edge. If he loses another game, he loses the series, he's out of the tournament, he has to wait another month.
Well, here's Sting. I'll raise you one here. It kind of blew up in my face a little bit in my own game the other day. But in this situation, down 3, you want to be able to win it with the gloves off. Like if you go out in 5, so be it. I mean, even in power play disadvantage. But the thing is, you want to try and push it to where that power play can come in way more clutch than just forcing a Game 6. Like, imagine if you had that to force a Game 7 or win the Game 7, right? So there's two. I'm not saying you're wrong, but there's multiple angles to it. So it's just gonna be a guessing game on how as to where and when Brock goes out and uses it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing. Brock doesn't need to maximize his chances of winning Game 5. He needs to maximize his chances of winning all 3 remaining games, because you either sweep her in these next 3 games or you're out.
Plain and simple.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's plain and simple, man. It's win or go home now. It's based elimination.
Yeah, but imagine you get that power play, and then you have a prime chance to use it in Game 7 because you used your power play to get to Game 7, and now you can't use it. So what do you do there? I mean, that's it. Once again, I'm going to say it.
That's all you can do, man.
It's $1 million. Once again, I said it earlier in Uno Lounge. I was Poet KT about 12 hours ago. There's different horses for different. Brock's a different horse, right? We don't know what he's got underneath the hood. We don't know what he's got in his internal organs. We don't know. Right, we have to figure out what that course is going to be for Brock as he adapts to the game flow. He's got to try something with the game flow. Clearly, he's going to adapt here. I think I got to finish. He's got the home call. The nice thing is you're at home too. You get the call here, which could make a difference for sure. Anyway, that was a good combo though. That was good because there is a lot of ways to skin the cat in this game of power play era, right? For sure. And it's only one. It's not two. It's not
there's
three.
lots of ways you can do it. It's just a matter of, I think it's partly like how conservative are you, and also does anything leading up to the point where you think about using it affect your mindset in using it? Like, does it feel like there's like it could be just like your instincts. Well, I mean, it is your instincts really, or it could be just the fact that you might be on a big deficit, maybe a stall. There's lots of ways to use it. That's the beauty of it.
See what Jenna thinks here. Of course, Cody Smart's the ref tonight. We got one more game potentially. Brock will get a Game 5 call on upset alert here. We'll go to the bracket while Jenna types, and as I said off the top, the winner of this game, 5-12, and I think it's opportunity central. You got Nick, you got Seth Cole, and Nick, obviously in the VC. Seth Cole, the bad man of the wild card. It's gonna be a good match at high noon Saturday afternoon. Should be a good one. And you got Jenna, who could potentially pull the upset with this methodical style. But Brock has the call in Game 5. Does he use the power play? Does he understand game flow? We'll see. It's going to be a good one coming up right here. And then, of course, top half of the bracket. Of course, you got the old 116. Brad and poor Zach. Look, I feel really sorry for him. That game is probably going to start at 1 in the morning, but we're
God.
I'm sorry, but there's just nothing we can do. Welcome to a KT stream. Get used to it. And then for Ed and Andy, we'll see that tomorrow at 9 o'clock. In fact, I think we forgot the reminder for that game, so someone go ahead and do that real quick.
I will handle it.
So this is why I drafted her.
We'll get that going. I just want to have the same as... Okay. All right, we'll keep it rolling. I don't want... see how it goes. Yes, I'm aware, Brad. I'm aware, man. It's a little joke right there because you said it's not a KT stream. I got back at you, man. I'm sly about it, Brad. You know that. Hey, man. Yeah, man. I see everything. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of things.
It's been seeing a lot more than you should.
I'm just telling you, man. I'm seeing a lot more. Look, listen. God bless Jay Caesar. Anyway, that's my guy.
God
more
bless
ways
the
than one.
God bless the pump legend.
Pump legend. Anyway, Brock, back to you, my friend. 9 cards off the board. Everything is feel free. What do we got of the 9?
Let's go 13.
Oh, William Brock gonna go one up from the old 12-pack. Here we go. Can Brock get this into a Game 6, and then we got a series? Well, he's gonna have a chance right here. It starts on his own card. Yellow 7. He's going quick. Riders, he's been quick all night, though. There's been no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt about it. I'm never going to change, man. I'm never going to change. That's just how I got it. L5. At least, wait, man. I'm bringing the energy. My energy probably shot in about an hour, but you might as well enjoy it before I crash out pretty hard. Anyway, we'll keep it rolling.
I might have to stream a doubleheader now.
Hold the phone, Rogers. Hold the phone, man. William,
first color change. Brock coming right out the gates. Not even with a number color change. He uses a wild.
He's going.
That's pretty wild.
Oh,
it is wild.
God. Oh,
that was terrible.
Oh God.
But anyway, let's go to AR 44 here real quick. Thoughts on Brock just going with that straight heat, man? That little heat check, not art style, but that straight check right there to keep it rolling.
Because he's changing his what he's trying to do. His tactics are changing. He knows that he has to take aggressive. He has to take the control of the game. And if he keeps doing it and, blow Jenna out of the dust, right now.
Oh, well.
Man.
He it again, baby. That's been William Brock's MO. Control the game and hope it works. And he's going to try it again. Let's see. But the only difference here is he is at home. And when you're at home, you have a little more control compared to the road, for sure.
Mm-hmm. The atmosphere.
The atmosphere, right? Nurture versus nature, baby. We're bringing it back here on the show. Now we've
home
hit every,
cooking.
yeah, well, we've touched on basketball, cars, eco mode, a little nature, nurture,
This has been a
psychology.
wonderful show tonight.
Absolutely. Shoot, man, you and me, we'll have to talk behind the scenes. We need to start some type of crazy all everything bagel type show for sure. You and me, my friend.
Right.
Anyway, got Sting coming in.
Let's start putting Rogers on the podcast.
Oh boy.
Hey, lit me up. Lit me up.
Gee, you're fired. Anyway.
God no. No, he'd kill me if I did that. But anyway. Yoshi, sorry, man. We've had I don't even mean to forget about. We just had 7,000 heads here.
And while we've been chatting, William Brock has unleashed some more ammo in Jenna. Gets a +2, gets a reverse for the triple.
Pause.
We're just having too much fun here, guys. This is great.
Yeah.
Crazy game. Brock into the Bluetooth.
Nick in the VC text says that joke was wild. Thanks, Nick.
Crazy. Yoshi, your thoughts on this? I'm sorry, man. We like I said, we had a lot of heads here. Your thoughts on this game? It's been a crazy series, that's to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, if you asked me to give my thoughts on the last game, I would have just said just move on.
Jenna with a quad all at once from 0 to 100 really fast, and it's red now.
Sting, what do you think? 3.5 seconds or 2.5 at 0 to 100?
What? You're talking about cars?
Well, you said 0 to 100.
Oh, I'm more of a public transport type of guy, personally.
Well, you could have just never mind.
Oh God, G heard me. He's here.
What?
Oh no!
Man, everyone's coming
I didn't mean
it. Anyway, now we're having a little fun, man. We'll go into that race car, man. Sanford. We'll go double Sanford. How about that? Go JA.
I did not.
All right, now, once again, we'll go back to Rogers. Rogers, Brock has been trying to run this. Jenna's been able to match. He's been on 10, 11 different styles, but Jenna's had every single answer for sure.
That's the thing. Frankly, Jenna is
draws
she's
here.
Playing lights out, Uno right now.
Yeah, but frankly, I see Brock in control of this game, and rather than Brock responding to like what Jenna does, Jenna's responding to what Brock does. So she's in like more of a defensive position here.
And we talked about this though.
But Brock's been in control the whole game. Exactly.
We had just talked about he's been in control of. If you look at the metrics deep down, everything. Now this is something new. We have not seen Jenna on 2. This is where Brock has a chance, and this is where Sting said this could go Game 6. This is exactly what Brock needs to turn tides. Yeah, I mean you're right. It's been all game. Brock has controlled it, but it's the eco mode, right? The eco mode is coming in. He's not been able to put it in sport mode. He's been on eco. And the Rogers himself.
That blue skip, or maybe top deck the yellow skip.
Yeah, looking for some type of connector for sure. Sting on that one. Oh, Brock's going for it. Well, we talked about the
Brock's
answer.
Almost definitely going to make it a 3-2 game here.
Well, we had that plenty of conversation about Super League. Super League. I'm sorry, about Power Play, and it seems like he's opting for forcing a Game 6, trying to steal some momentum. And momentum's also a good.
Did he mean to draw?
He drew.
Yeah.
He did a power play and then he drew.
I think that's nice. I think he just
didn't want to potentially.
Yeah, he's fearful to run, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's still Brock.
You're still turn Brock. Yeah, I gotta think it's fearful to run right there. There's no way.
Oh, that's actually smart.
Wait, how? What?
He was going for number efficiency, but he didn't want Jenna to switch it, but he had nothing on yellow.
I got you. That's a that's a one way to do it. That's definitely
a crazy tactic.
No, wait, he could have just done that. So he must have top decked it.
Yeah, he had to top deck the red 4.
Yeah, like why would you?
Yeah, he just straight up top decked the red 4 from the draw.
Like I get what he was doing, but I guess he top decked that 4.
Sure.
That was weird.
I'm kind of with Sting. I'm with Sting on it. It's an interesting one. He's playing cracked. Now the only thing I'll say is the Yepes strategy. This is the Yepes. I don't care about power play. It's too much prep. Yepes does that all the time.
Yeah,
But
what I'll say is that Jenna, I think, now finds herself in a familiar environment. Now it's 3 games left, no power plays, just pure Uno, like she's used to back at Uno.
Yepes is denying your account, KT.
He does it. He does it in terms of just use it early, get it out of the way. This is more desperation.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
I meant to say.
early.
Yeah,
use
but
it
that's a waste when you have to win 3 straight games.
It's a move and a half. It's definitely a move and a half, man. But William Brock historically hates power play. He's not a guy we all.
I do too. I agree, but
we'll see what he does. We'll see
that's
what
a move.
Yeah, but
it's a move. It's a
games,
move.
Exactly.
It's a move. Yeah, Yepes does it to win those early games. We'll see on this one.
Okay, then that ice is Jenna too. So,
well, if it works at the end. At the end of the day, it's going to be a weird workaround. We'll have to ask him that question for sure. It's only weird if it don't work, right? As the one commercial said. We'll see. Brock looking to fire away, still on the Blues. See how this one goes. Brock goes for a double, so he's continuing to chip away at it. I mean, Roger, but back to the conversation, man, with this whole control Uno, right? Control the game, control the power, control the pace. It's not working for Brock, but he hasn't really gone off that narrative. Do you think that's something that you need to find a little bit more of an experience? Because not every player will ever do that. Not every player is going to do that control game style Uno for sure.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's put a NASCAR perspective onto it.
Oh,
okay. Let's say we're at
Jenna with a wild +4. I'm so sorry to interrupt.
Very good.
Go ahead, Rogers. Go ahead, man.
You keep fighting the bottom, keep going the bottom, and you're just not doing what you need to do. That's your bread and butter. Like Kevin Harvick at Atlanta, the old Atlanta, kept riding the bottom. But guess what? You have Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick going up top on the top every time.
Man, Brock is
Brock is going to play +2 and then draw.
Sometimes you just need to move it around, and I think that's what Brock is trying to do.
He's trying to play Homestead, basically. Right? He's trying to go up to the top now, middle. He's got to play Homestead Uno right now. Let's say
He's trying to rush this win. We saw that in the Disappear game, or we saw the opposite of that in the Disappear game. This game has been quite different.
Oh yeah, clearly.
Both players are just going at it with ammo instead of trying to conserve it.
Oh my goodness.
William Brock emphasizes my points. Thank you.
What do you got? What's a good show? The Raycast with Stingray? Come on, man. I gotta have fun a little bit. Man, you're right. You're right. It's an ammo war. You're absolutely right. It's turning into an ammo war, and when it turns into an ammo war, it comes down to usually who's got the best number efficiency. This is where Peter would have cooked, for sure. Yeah, go ahead, Roger.
Sure,
So is this just rust on Brock's part with the offseason? Or is Jenna just,
Well, it's hard to really say if it's rust or not, right? Because Brock did actually technically play a preseason game. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because he did play what was that? Was it the Seth Cole? Yeah, it was him and Nam, that Seth Cole test stream. And you wonder now, we'll see what Brock does here. You wonder if he can turn the tide right here and say, okay, double play now. The ammo's gone on the blue. Where do I go from here knowing that I could risk it and switch it, or just play this one conservative, knowing that there's no +2s coming on the back end with blue because we used them both. So he's trying to play high percentage, like you said, find a way to move over on the lines, as you were talking about earlier, with the bottom just not working, not getting the grip on it. But he's moving into the middle and the upper tier portions to find time, and I wonder if the time is starting to run low for him, and Jenna's just been able to ride more of this eco mode, as I said, and able just to circulate without pushing the buttons too much crazy. Here comes Jenna looking to road back in. Let's see. In the red now, switching it over. Huge move right there. Does this give Brock a little bit more momentum? We'll see what happens. Brock now, let's see, in the red. Did he run out of red? Or did he run out of blue? And was that a perfectly timed switch? We'll go into red 8 now.
Well, it seemed like a never-ending supply of blue. Seemed like, I don't know, the Pacific Ocean.
I know.
But
Sting,
now we're out of it.
we had a expansion in the off season. You're supposed to apply for that.
Yeah,
On the
fair
comic.
enough. Sorry.
Yeah. I know you can always apply in the summer. I mean, I'll put you as like a special guest. It's fine. There's a couple people. I'll put you if you ever want to come in. As long as I'm streaming, I don't mind you for sure. Special guest or something. But yeah, in the mid season, I'll let you apply and you'll be approved. I don't even need to interview you. You know what you're doing. You're good. But anyway, back to the game here. Brock continues on the red 9. You know, Rogers. Brock has basically played this control Uno, and in terms of just trying to get control, it hasn't worked. But now he's also starting to feel okay. It's a high ammo game. Do you think he can feel more confident because we haven't seen this crazy high ammo both ways in a minute?
Of course. I mean, I don't know.
Brock's at
I mean,
2
he
now.
needs to pull this game out. That's all that matters.
Can Brock pull it out? He's got one shot right here. Can he get this to check? And when he gets to check, Brock's dangerous. Or can he finish it right here? Want some split ammo? Brock's turn. Evaluating the options. Here we go. Well, he's got a
That's the
rare
option he takes. Changes back to blue.
zero sugar.
Back
That's
in
rare.
the ocean.
Thing
Changing
that's-
on 0.
Saying we are fishing for some blue fish right there, my friend, in the Pacific. We'll see, man. Maybe we'll see if Brock can catch the big trout at the end of the night. We'll find out. Jenna will have a chance here.
Now we wait on Jenna.
Yeah, wait on Jenna. 2-color isolation right here. Brock with
Does
the
she have
rare.
ammo?
Yes, sir.
Can she change the color? I mean, it is 0.
Jenna
Shaking a bit.
Jenna has a 0 card of her own, the green 0 too. That's her card. We'll see. See if we see that one. That'd be crazy. But Rogers now, Brock, once again, back to this crazy game here where he's going to play a little higher percentage. Obviously, with this blue 0, he's banking on something. Let's see if he can figure it out.
Well,
Nope,
Jenna's
he's
back
in
on
front.
road. She's typing again. Let's see if she can unleash a combination to get herself back into this.
We'll
Can
see.
you bank on something
Yes, sir.
down 3-1?
3-0.
I
She
just
plays
said that
herself.
too.
Crazy.
That's her own
Katie
card.
just pulled a
Her
Tony
own
Romo.
card. Oh no! Oh,
It's over. Brock got it. Wrong color. Wow.
You cannot be serious.
Well,
The read was
That
crazy.
was-
I just read that.
Read it like a book. My goodness.
What the hell?
I was so sure that his last card was blue.
They faked you out with that one too.
Yeah.
Well, for
Hey guys,
Yeah.
the power play worked.
that was classic, man. That was Brock. What the hell was that power play? Was that just the
Wait.
art of confusion?
Wait, pause. You guys had a 29.5-minute game?
Oh my
At
gosh,
first,
yeah.
Let Brock
Oh,
answer, please. Let Brock
hold on,
answer,
hold on.
please.
at first, I considered playing my +2, but then I thought, try and save it for a little bit longer, and in the end, that's my strategy worked.
It did. Somehow it worked. Now, your thoughts on just being able to basically make Jenna crack on the Z? That's a rare way to win a game, Brock. Off a 0-0 on her own card. You did that with Nick. I remember Nick and you. You won your own card in that game 6. Gives Nick's nightmares. But your thoughts on this one where Jenna lost on her own card. You've been a master of winning on someone's card or winning on your own card. That's something I've noticed with you. How are you able to get this back into a game 6? And how do you force this into game 7? No, we've been here for over an hour now. First one of the season.
Well, just again, just try to save my excuse me, save
good.
my power cards for when I really need them. May try not to use them as soon, and hopefully they'll carry me to the next 2 games.
All right, we'll go to Jenna. Jenna, obviously, I'm gonna keep this one brief because we've been at this forever. But you had the wrong color there. You played pretty consistent. You fired back. Did you almost bite into Brock's style of just playing the ammo too much, and maybe you could have been a little more conservative? Your thoughts there, because that was your first first real loss in the upper. Yeah, you bit into Brock's. Yeah, I gotcha. So that's a trap right there, Rodgers. The first time all night, I think Brock finally got what he wanted. Control the game, win the time of possession, and he finally got that. Obviously, game 2, but that was more plan A. Your thoughts on how Brock... Does he continue that now on the road? Remember, he's not at home anymore unless he gets back to game 7.
I think it depends on the luck he gets on the draw when it comes to cards. I think that depends on a lot of it. I mean, card luck can win or lose your game at the end of the day.
It's interesting. 13 cards, and you look at the stats before we move on. It's been a relatively really high ammo game. You look at Jenna, she has 22 reverses, skips +2s versus Brock's 19, which is pretty much even, right? Now, +4s and wilds, it's pretty much even. 7, 8, nothing really to separate. Brock's played 3 less cards, but it's coming down to really, in my opinion, this dynamic control versus the stealth eco. We'll see what happens in Game 6. Cody Smart, thank you for sticking with us, man. Board series here, first one of the year. Let's keep it rolling. We have another game soon. So, Jenna, everything on the board except the following 7, 10, 12. Just like I said the last call, what's it going to be? Crazy series. Let's see if Jenna can close that, or is Brock force a third Game 7 on the day? Let's see. That would be something. Brock trying to force.
It's been something.
What's that, short?
It's been something.
It has been some. Full send! Oh, boy, we're going to be here.
Goodness.
And there's Brock!
This is going to be
It's
theater.
a second straight Brock start.
15.
William, Brock is sending it, baby. It's not even his home
second
stuff.
straight Brock start. We just had that.
We shipping, baby. We shipping that off in the corner. All right, hey, Rodgers. Back to you. Let's get back to game mode here. Talk to me on this William Brock start. Now she controls the pace, but it hasn't been her forte or MO all night. It's not about control as she plays her card. It hasn't been about control. It's been more about this eco mode. How do you change it with the highest card start we've seen all night?
It falls in her favor. Does it not?
Ditto Rodgers.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think she still has the cards. It's just going to come down to this pace. And now the pace is picking up, Rod. Let's face it. We're not going slow here. The first couple of cards, we have fired off in a second. So that's interesting to note. Just joining us, obviously, we have another game time on the docket. That's, at this rate,
10.
Maybe short. We'll see. It's been something. I know Rodgers is booking Jenny. I might be close. Oh, that's a change right there, Sting. First draw in a while.
Wait, sorry, I'm making an image.
Okay.
One second.
Don't worry about that. In a green. Now Rodgers the switch over to green. First switch. You think this won't matter because you got plenty of cards here. But Jenna out of green or out of yellow. Oh, that's interesting. Brock back in the lead now. If he can play. Actually, it doesn't matter. Brock's in the lead or one possession. William Brock now looking for some more magic. Can he find it? He'll play it cool here early. No power play. It's a straight old classic OG Uno.
Gloves are off.
Jenna's turn now. Brock trying to run the controlled pace of game. Jenna goes one down into gone. We'll see him Saturday night. Raven Friday afternoon. Brock still runs it. Here comes Jenna into green 3. Once again, double Radin on the table. Now Brock with a chance here. He's gonna swing. I had a feel right. He's content to fade it right here now. We don't know if he has all that green left. You never know. He could. He may not. It's Brock though. You never know what his fades. That's what he's about. Now William Brock finding a little momentum right here. Into the red 1. He'll go into the red 7. Still sticking with it. Keeping it going here. Red 5 now for DJ, says Jenna. We'll see DJ on Saturday night. Rodgers.
Another one.
Brock made the break. Brock made the break as we go in the back with our Saturday player. But this is not the usual Brock controlling the pace with ammo. This is all number of fish. Your thoughts on that? A little bit of change right here. He's changing the lines now. He's changing a lot.
You have to. I mean, there's no other question.
He's changing the lines. He's not adjusting to whatever anyone else thinks at this rate. He's going a full sentence right here. It's a full sentence start. He should. Jenna playing this conservative eco mode Uno. Still, I think it's the right move. There's no need to rush the pace. There's no need to get out of hand here. She's just going to continue to do that all night. Play this eco Uno, right? Especially when the colors are not fully maximized yet with the ammo still lurking out there.
Mm-hmm.
Typing up a storm. Reminder, Brock looking to force a Game 7. We're in Game 6. Of course, Game 6. Usually it's the road team, and Jenna's looking to close down the road. We have not seen one game go 6 today. We've only seen it go 7 or 5. Let's see if we get that first one. Reminder, 2 more games tonight coming up. Very late.
Well into Wednesday.
Jenna's going to throw a heat check back to green. Interesting. Oh, Brock crossover.
Yeah,
we saw this earlier.
I picked a good time to return, y'all.
What?
I picked a good time to come back to the chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. It's heating up now. We have a wild flush, basically. Both players used their wilds. And you know what, Ryder?
We are cooking in the house.
Oh, man. What are we cooking for dinner?
We're cooking ammo. More of it.
A lot of ammo
Crazy.
control. A lot of ammo wars and ammo control all night, but it's been more of an ammo war these last couple games today. I agree. Ryder, I was just about to say, man, with this blue switch over, it's back and forth now. They've done this both. You got to think, Brock's thinking, okay, you're playing these games. I'm going to play it back now. Because if we continue in this ammo war, that's where Brock... I just read that, man.
Reading it like a book
Man,
again.
it's like...
God.
It's like both of them brought a gun to a knife fight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's monkey see, monkey do. He's not hearing the call, but he'd be proud. 100%.
He'd be saying W.
Yeah, a huge W, him. Rogers, though, now it's becoming a knife and a gunfight, and Jenna just admitted last game, I can't be doing this, and this is what Brock needs. He wants this more chaotic. I'm going to still control the game silent Uno, and this is what he's getting right now. It's been a whole mindset shift.
It has been, and that's the thing that I was nervous about when Jenna does the experience come back to bite her. You know, Brock has this D2, this D1 experience. Jenna does not. So, like, what do you do here? That's the question.
Yeah, it's interesting. Here comes Brock. William Brock now looking to run it. Can he find a run right here? Here we go. Typing it out of Storm. Got into this green switch. He does have the run.
Quad.
Back to blue thing.
And he's
That's
down
huge.
back to 2. Lucky number 2. Back again.
Does Jenna fight back, or does she play the numbers game here?
Roger, here's the problem, right? Jenna just switched off that blue. This is an end around classic here. It's a reverse play.
Jenna's played right into Brock's hand.
And you think about it,
unwittingly.
And you think about it for Jenna here, now you put yourself in a box, and all of a sudden the momentum has shifted to Brock. We were laughing at him somewhere about 10 minutes ago about that power play, but somehow it's got the job done. It's only weird if it don't work. And for Brock, it's working right now. The momentum has shifted. Riders, this is a crazy, man. We talked about momentum shifts in any sport, right? If this is a basketball game, Jenna's trying to protect let's say a 10-point lead, right, in the fourth quarter. But Brock is turning up the gas. He's playing more of this full court press. And that's making
exactly how it's, I couldn't use my words any better than what you just put right there, KT. That's exactly how I feel right now.
Yeah, I saw the read, man. I was just thinking, full court press in basketball, that's exactly what we needed right there. That's the perfect analogy. Question is, does Jenna hatch to one of her teammates here off the left shoulder? Let's see. Loading up here. Brock has found a way to play full court press Uno.
Oh, but Jenna's typing.
Jenna typing.
She's got an essay or a run to the finish.
God. I don't think she's got an essay. Oh,
essay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Man. Well, not an essay, short.
Wild
Not
plus
an essay.
4.
Not an essay, just a double.
But now Roger,
Sting, I'll give you that.
that's a good one. He's got jokes. But
He's
now
got
the
that
question,
one, man. Jesus.
you got to think, Roger. You got to think. Does Brock say, "Okay, you're going to play this game. I'm going to play it right back"? That's what he's been doing all night, trying to get this control. And I wonder if he says, "Okay, you're going to play this game. Two can play as." Once again, Roger.
Oh!
That's the
Sorry.
reason, man. You're going
Sorry
to
to
play
be
this
dramatic.
game.
1 for 1. That's
You're
the
gonna play
spot,
this-
KT.
You're going to play this game. I'm going to hit you back. Left hook, right hook. Left hook, right. And that's what
God.
we're seeing.
Did we piss Brock off enough, you think?
3-1.
The dog is out. The Georgia Bulldog is out for WB. He
The dog is barking.
And we ain't talking Caesar. This guy he's full-fledged right now. William Brock is absolutely firing out. He's playing this Uno that you can see it's full court press. There's no gas. Now Brock looking for dose. He's been there multiple times. Can he get there again? Man, these reads are insane at 9:30 at night. He'll have to draw here. We'll see, sure. I'm thinking
Still
about
6:30 for me.
I know. I'm heavily thinking about turning it over to you, man. I'm thinking about it.
You want to at least co-comp?
No, dude. I probably put in a hell of a performance tonight. This has been one of the best games I've commentated. No cap. As we go into draw.
Shout out the boss, absolute legend.
Yeah, no, me and Rogers, dude. You know what? A lot of people were I know actually, Roger. A lot of people tell me, "What's KT Rogers going to be like?" I know some people. Monkey was one actually DM me about it. A couple others. I think Alan, Cody Smart, even I think a month ago. And I had a good feeling about this deal. And it's where we apologize to Yoshi, man, but
And you know what? Shout out to Brock and Jenna, man.
Yoshi's been
Incredible
chucked into a
Uno
corner.
they've
Sorry,
been playing,
Yoshi.
both of them.
nah, we'll make it up, man. We got a lot of people here. Now, shout out to the fans, man.
There you go.
I mean, we had 16, 17 people come in for an opening day. You can't ask for anything. I know this is going to go down as one of the best opening days for sure.
These two guys have
Oversold.
ventured all over the world of Uno, and now they're back into Draw City.
Again.
I think that was poetry right there,
Population
man.
dose.
That was some good poetry, man. I like that.
Wait, is Shorten Pacific time?
No,
Who?
I'm Central, man.
Oh, all right.
KT Rogers and Rogers. You EST or CST, man?
EST.
Oh yeah, we feeling it.
Yeah.
Last one for us, probably.
Yeah.
Jenna now. Let's see what she can do. Obviously, behind Brock was content to just go into Draw City after he flushed the greens. Oh wow! First time we've seen that all night. Really, for desperation.
Evens
plus
it up.
Wow.
Yeah. But Roger, we talked about Jenna being in eco. That's not eco mode. That started to turn into more normal mode of, okay, I'm going to put it on the normal button here and start to play into this a little bit more than I want. Now, that's interesting. And now Brock does a fade. This is getting good. I think now we're turning into more ammo war. There's no more control. We're full-fledged in it here, for sure. Brock plays the safe move, too. I like that move from Brock because now no +2s are coming. Yeah, no +2s in blue coming as we go into Ed. Oh, sure. Go ahead and remind Monkey Boy and Logan 9:30 tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
If we're
Man,
talking football, it's Jameis on Jameis.
Oh boy.
Dear God.
Yeah, Rogers and I, we look, man. Yoshi ran so Rogers could fly. I like that. A lot of OGs, man, have ran, so a lot of these guys could fly. Jenna with a huge
Oh
play.
my God.
Could this end the game from
This would be-
9 cards?
This would be insane.
That would be crazy, bro.
That would be insane.
With no power play. Oh my
That might end the
goodness.
game.
Oh, it's happening.
Oh my goodness.
Holy
Yeah.
shit. Oh my.
Hey, me and Jenna, we got a similar strategy sometimes, you know?
Yeah, that's it.
Jenna
Oh
wins.
my, that is
What
it.
Wow.
I don't
From the
got
top
anything.
rope. 9
I don't got anything,
cards.
Brock. I don't got anything on
My
that one, mate.
God.
Brock, the only thing I'm going to ask you, man, is excluding that game 5 with the power play momentum, you went for the +4 break. did you have something cooking with the +4 that could have maybe gave you a run earlier, or did you just go for the break because it's your only chance to move forward?
I guess it was kind of I guess it was kind of my only way forward. When I had those 2 cards left, I thought I might have had a way out, but unfortunately, Jenna just kept getting the best cards, and unfortunately, just like all the other games, she had the better deck.
Yeah, how do you respond back to the T2, Brock? Tough one to swallow there, but how do you come back knowing you played what you wanted, man? To be fair, you played this more controlled Uno. You wanted to get the control.
I guess just rethink my strategy.
We'll go to Jenna. Jenna, what a series! You came in here more of a novice player, right? Not really more of a rookie tonight. Took that next step up. How are you able to go? Thank you, Sanford. Appreciate that, man. Off the top there for Monk. But Jenna, how did you able to compensate the environment tonight? Playing this more eco stealth Uno. Yes, thank you, Cody Smart. Appreciate that. How were you able to play that eco stealth Uno that was able to allow you to force Brock into more of this mindset? He wants to control the game, but in the end, they actually worked out in your favor, knowing you're able to sneak under the radar. We'll go to Rodgers. So feel free to answer that. And your thoughts on playing either Seth or Nick? Rodgers, this was a great game. I think great first game for you too. We had a lot of issues in terms of maybe the style of the first game where we just didn't know it was going a long time, but then it really settled out, found its rhythm and flow, and you can't complain of about almost an hour 20 of Uno and probably a 2.5 hour stream. What was that first experience like, man, commentating, and your thoughts on Jenna getting to win, what she can do moving forward?
First off, let's talk about Jenna. I mean, straight off the bat, she showed up and showed out tonight. She showed that she is not here to be a 1-2 tournament back to D2 maybe if, she's here to stay. William Brock, listen, this guy is a legend in the sport. He's not going nowhere. Brush off that rust, he'll be right back. But commentating, absolutely loved it, enjoyed it. The chemistry with you, nothing better. Even me and Yoshi over there, back and forth on each other. It was a good little trio action tonight.
Oh, man, yeah. Hey, Ryder, man, appreciate you, man. I know you got to go wake up early, so if you got to go, man, thank you so much. Let's get up for A. Rodgers, man. Fantastic comment. You'll be good, my friend. We'll talk.
Yes, sir.
More commentaries come from you and me, my friend. 100%.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Talk to you on the phone tomorrow. Stay well, bro.
Peace.
Well, thank you to Rodgers there. Great guy. Short, fantastic from, obviously, Rodgers. That was great. Coming off the bench cold. He's done a great job in these first 2 streams with, of course, superior game. But your thoughts on Jenna taking the win and a little bit of Rodgers, of course, and what Brock's got to do. And Seth Nick, right? That'd be interesting. What Jenna can do on either player.
Yeah, I think it's a winnable game for Jenna. I don't know who comes out of that. I mean, it's going to be a tough challenge. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to diminish either player, but it's definitely going to be a street fight. She came out and proved that she deserves to be here, and she's got a good. She'll give anyone their best shot. I mean, gave Brock the best shot after all the high praise we gave him after his T5 run to get to Super League, and and she did great tonight. So. Very much looking forward to see who faces her. Should be a fun matchup.
Well, we're gonna go to the bracket. We gotta go because we have JT and we gotta get them going. We're gonna go quickly into the bracket. As I said, Brad, Zach. That's not 11 o'clock. We're talking maybe 1 a.m.
I just put
12
later
o'clock
on the bracket for
later.
Yeah, at later
time to be announced. Brock, Jenna, congratulations to Jenna in 6. Seth, Nick, 12 o'clock, and then Ed, Andy tomorrow. I believe it happened the same time as Monkey Logan. For all of us here at MRE, we're going to keep this short. Congratulations to Jenna. We'll get her quotes. We got to get going. JT has work at 6 in the morning. We got to go. Yeah, we got to go. Thank you so much. If this was my last stream of the day, shout out to the fans. You guys are legends. You guys are awesome. You're the best. Appreciate you. We the best. Stay well. Have a great night. Peace out. We'll see you tomorrow back at the end. Have a good one.